Woke up today and couldn't seem to put my finger on how I felt, so I meditated for a while. And I was sort of just looking outside while I was doing it, well, after I was meditating, and I saw the trees, and it just reminded me of the fact that I hadn't really been out in nature in that way for a little while. And so I just felt like I wanted to go out and kind of explore. I wanted to find like a spot where I could kind of just unwind. I feel like there's a lot that I want to process, I think is probably the word. And I just feel like that's easier to do when I'm kind of fully immersed in nature. So I decided to go out to Mount Glorious, because it's a beautiful area. So that's where I'm going. Yeah. Let's go. Still raining, but I've just arrived at this place called Camp Mountain. I guess it's one of the lookouts. I didn't intend on coming here, but I passed the turnoff, and then I was just like, maybe I'll just turn around and have a look. So here we are. I'm really good at parking, guys. Check it out. I've just been so in awe of Mother Nature. I just pulled straight in. And I decided I would take up 2 car spaces because look at this absolute beast. You know, there's no way you could confine the Echo to 1 single car space. That would be a joke. It's wet. I don't think it's actually raining at the moment, but every time the wind like blows, a whole bunch of just leaves just cry down upon us right here. That's fine. Bit of rain never hurt no one. I've never been up here before, but it's quite pretty. I've been up to Mount Nebo and Mount Glorious before, and they're quite nice areas, but I'll try something different. No one's around, it's quite peaceful. I've been up here for a bit over an hour. And it's been really nice to have some space up here to kind of just process how I feel. And kind of noticed that it's been really interesting, actually, and I'm gonna try to explain what I've noticed within myself. So what I think is happening is that for the longest time, I think maybe for a lot of my life, and this may be the case with a lot of other people as well, but I feel like we're kind of always running away from how we truly feel, particularly if there's a lot of pain and hurt. And I certainly identify with having done that myself for a long time, and it tends to be often in retrospect that we're able to notice that. But I definitely did. And I mean, over the course of like the last however many years, I guess it's been a matter of both subconsciously and consciously unraveling a lot of the layers and filters that had sort of been subconsciously programmed into myself by means of self-protection and self-preservation, as I think we all do. And over the years, I've noticed certain things become, I've been made aware of certain things that I've felt, and gradually I've been able to address them, feel into them, let them out in a healthy way, because I think when we don't, they can manifest in ways that are not always helpful. And so a lot of the surface level inner conflicts or past traumas, I think I've slowly been able to identify them and give the attention and acknowledgement that they needed. And I did a lot of that by myself over the last couple of years. And it's interesting now that, having processed a lot of the surface level traumas, I guess that's the only word I can think that seems fitting. Having done that begins to reveal deeper wounds, and I could probably make a separate video regarding the processes I've gone through and the ways in which I've been able to express them and let them go and surrender to those feelings. But what I'm noticing now, I think, is probably more relevant to speak about. And I don't think it was something I was truly able to really acknowledge in myself, particularly when there's all these other surface level issues and just things that needed attention first. But once they are processed and the layers can kind of be stripped back, then I think it's a lot easier to have a very clear understanding of what is felt on a deeper level. And I guess that's sort of what I'm starting to dig into now. And it's really starting to get kind of deep, I guess. But it's fine. And I guess I've noticed a pretty unsettling feeling really deep down. And the only way I can really kind of do it justice is by kind of explaining it in a way that, how can I say it? It's like a longing of sorts. It's a longing for wanting to fit in a certain way, to be of use, to be of service, to connect, to belong, I guess, to society, to various interpersonal relationships that I form in my life. And I think there's a particular longing for wanting to like find the right person, so to speak. And you know, you could call that a soulmate connection, a twin, some people say twin flame connection, whatever you want. And I guess I've tried to, I've fluctuated between acknowledging that within myself and perhaps not. And I guess I'm at a point where I'm sort of reopening up to that feeling I do have, this because I do believe, and for myself personally, that perhaps there is somebody out there who would reflect the same inner core values that I do, who would strive for the same who has the same purpose in life as what I may do. And I think I've just tried to convince myself that I don't need it, and I'm not like seeking it out actively, which I don't think I am. But if I am really paying attention deep down, I really feel like I am. And the truth is that all I can do is just listen to what the feeling is, and it just feels like I want to just fit so effortlessly and seamlessly with somebody. And I'm not in the position of deciding who that is. I don't think I'm in the position of picking my fate. I'm just gonna completely let go and allow whatever happens to happen. And I suppose I've noticed a sense of impatience within myself, particularly recently. But the ironic thing is that me acknowledging that impatience within myself and acknowledging this feeling of void brings me a lot of comfort, And therefore I feel like I'm not rushing and I'm not actively seeking it out. It seems so counterintuitive, but it often seems like that's the way to address and heal those fundamental needs that I guess we all have. It's easy to try to run away from those things, or to pretend that we don't have these primitive, basic human desires to want to be understood, want to be loved, want to be cared for, want to fit in, to want to belong. I feel like we all feel like that. It's just we may not always pay attention to it. And so being up here has just allowed me to gain a lot more clarity on how I felt. And I really just felt the urge to come out and just be in nature. And even though it's raining, even though it's gloomy, it's still beautiful. And somehow, being up here, the air is just obviously a lot. You just notice how much more clean and fresh it is, and I feel like I'm not. I could spend more time in nature. I feel like I need it. It feels nice. I feel a lot better, honestly. So I don't know, I just felt like it allows me to process how I feel a lot better and gives me a lot more clarity. It's just so easy to be distracted when we're living our day-to-day life, obviously, but I don't want to make this too long. That's basically what I feel like I needed to process, and so that's just what I wanted to share. It's been really lovely being up here. I think I'll come back soon. It's cold, but it's nice. And I'm like squatting on this chair, on this seat, because I'd prefer not to have a very soggy. Yeah, I mean, it's fine sometimes. Sometimes I want a soggy ass. Not today. No, I don't. Someone messaged me saying that they watched the previous video I made and it resonated with them. And they asked for something more like this, so here it is. On a platter. From me to you. No, it just feels right. I just want a place to let out how I feel. And so here it is. There may be more like this in the future. I don't know. I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm just gonna follow what feels right. If you want more like this, tell me. If you don't, well, I may still make it anyway. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. We'll just see where this goes. Anyway, that's probably all I gotta say for this one. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for listening. It really means a lot. Take care of yourselves, and I don't know, I'll speak to you soon. What am I supposed to say? Anyway, take it easy, and yeah, peace.